Welcome to Lawrie TV. It's something new we're going to try, and for all you Twitter fans, we're going to try this and see how successful it is. And for our first show, we've got two special guests from Central Coast Mariners, Adam Kosnick and Brad Porter. Welcome, boys. Good to be here. What do you think? Singles, we're in Singleton with the studio. You know, we've went no expense spared. We've used John Singleton's executive box at Blue Tongue Stadium, but not a bad setup, is it?
It's not bad at all. If I was in your arms, you watch much of the game, to be honest.
You know, welcome on board, boys. New season around the corner and some exciting news. Quaz, your beautiful wife Jess had a new baby girl the other day. You are a proud father.
Yeah, very happy, and I can just concentrate on the season. But it was a great feeling, and we're very lucky to have two beautiful girls.
So is it true that you forced your wife to have the baby early so you could go to Brisbane if you can?
Wouldn't say that, but the walking and the curries, it does help.
I actually went in and I can verify Zaylee is beautiful, and I put in a message to somebody that she came in at 7.1 kilos, but I meant to actually say 7.1 pounds, so I do apologise if you think Jess is a big girl. Brad, you've come back, good pre-season. You went out for most of last season with knee reconstruction, and how's it been coming back?
Yeah, it's been a long process. Obviously, it was difficult last year watching the boys, sitting up in boxes. Well, not as good as this, but watching the games and not being involved, it was tough. But it's been a long way back. But pre-season's been good. That's one of the positives of the long pre-season. It's given me plenty of time.
Strong rumours that you could be making a cameo appearance, changing positions.
Who knows what we've got up our sleeve for the weekend.
Not strong rumours, but I've been told you're now a 6'5" centre half. But
not quite. I'm sitting down at the moment. Not quite as tall as you.
The last time I saw you 6'5", you had the high heels on.
Yeah, exactly right. But look, I'm happy for any opportunity to come back in the side. Coming back from injury, so we'll see what happens.
Cause China, how was the Chengdu dream?
Yeah, I've been doing for about 5 months. Unfortunately got injured at the end, and it set me back a bit for this season, but I enjoyed my time thoroughly over there, and it's a great place, Chengdu. It was a great setup. It's just unfortunate with a few people involved over there, but I had a great time, and I'm sure you did as well.
Yeah, I did, but probably you getting injured cost me my job, so we'll not talk about that. We'll move right along. So, Cos, question, who's the Mariners going to play in the grand final? Because obviously you're going to have to say they're going to be there. So who's your tip?
Yeah, I think it's a very even league, especially with the salary cap.
Stop sitting in the fence. Get off the fence.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to say Adelaide. I think they've recruited quite well, and
they beat Brisbane 3-1 pre-season.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a tough team. But then you've got Melbourne Victory in Queensland, and there's plenty gunning for a final spot.
You'll catch up with Big Bruce J. The last time you saw him, he snuck down a fire escape with Wilco to come and meet you and the boys for a shandy after the game.
That was a great morning.
We'll talk about that another show. Brad, who's your pick?
I like Adelaide as well. They've recruited well, and to recruit, I think 3 fully fledged Socceroos, they're going to be tough to beat. But I think Melbourne Victory with Harry Gill and the attacking players they've signed, Rojas and Solzano, I think they're probably going to be the team to beat.
Good pronunciation. I'm glad you said that. Just cause, who's your most feared opponent you've had in the A-League since you started playing?
Kevin Muscat. Right up there.
Is now that you've said it, I can remember one game in particular where he was probably scared of you because I think he said boo to him once he kind of kicked you.
Yeah, he sucked me in a little bit, but I think you got sent off that game.
You got sent off. I think we ended up winning that game, or maybe it was a draw, maybe the ball got walked over the ball.
I think it was 3-all.
3-all?
3-all, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They said the Mariners played poor football, but I can remember that game. It was quite exciting on the sidelines.
Great game. Yeah, hopefully we get one over Muscat again and leave us on the sideline.
What about you, Brad? Who's your most fearful opponent?
Probably
the centre forward for the weekend if you're playing centre half.
Yeah, well, look, I don't know. I don't really want to mention, to be honest, because next time I'm playing, I'll get a little chip on the shoulder and think they got one over me, so I'm not going to say.
Alright, well,
I'm lucky Muskie's not playing.
Yeah,
Who's been the worst player trained or played with?
That was most recently, and I'd have to say when we were in China, bloke came and trialled with us, and the owner stupidly ended up signing him.
The owner or gaffer?
No, the gaffer.
I didn't do much over there. The boss done it all.
Yeah, he was quite poor.
Is that Robert the guy that was meant to be the 30-year-old Colombian that turned up at the airport as a 23-year-old Cameroon guy.
And he couldn't play.
And he could, but he was good at basketball, the boss said.
Yeah,
his reflexes were good and he could be trained.
Good hands, soft hands.
Yeah, soft hands. Brad, yours?
Again, a difficult one, but one you mentioned just off air. There was a bloke, we called him Yaboa. He was a Ghanaian that came in. Apparently he was a Ghanaian international. So we were told, and I don't think he'd ever kicked the ball before.
Was he friends with Bessie?
He was. No, actually, I brought him to training that day, and he just told me he got off the phone with SEN. He was playing Champions League with Chelsea that night. I think it was a Ghanaian international, but he stole his passport.
Exactly
Because
right.
he'd obviously get dodgy because he probably was the worst player that I'd ever seen here. But
Yeah, definitely.
that's another story. So, well, boys, thanks very much. We'll be checking up through the week, and if the show gets a thumbs up, we'll no doubt get his back into Singlet's nice wee studio. He'll be using a few times, and
We have some drinks next time.
well, I hadn't got the keys for I've got the key for everything else in the stadium, but I didn't get any keys for the fridge.
That's alright.
So, boys, thanks very much, and I'll look forward to watching you at the weekend, and all the best against Brisbane. Pleasure.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, welcome back to Lawrie TV. We've part of the concept is that the fans are a very important thing to all clubs and to the A-League. So, in my humble opinion, I think we need to get more comments and more feedback from fans. So, because we're starting in the Central Coast, I just thought we'd get Simon Fisher in today. Simon is one of the main members of the Yellow Army, the old Marinators, and been a fan from day one. That's why he's got receding hair, because obviously all the stress I put him through for the first 5 years.
Yeah, thanks.
And you know, but he's a great fan, right behind the club in every way, and I just thought it was a good opportunity, as we'll do during the season, go to fans and get the feedback. And Simon, welcome to Lawrie TV.
Thank you for asking me, and thank you for insulting me at the same time.
That's okay, I can do that nicely, and you'll not be offended by it.
No.
So there's a season around the corner. Our first home game, or the Mariners' first home game against the Gold Coast next week.
Yeah.
The game in Brisbane at the weekend. Is there many fans going up?
Yeah, there should be a lot. I mean, it's going to be a tough place to go now, because it's not a game we're fond of. Fond of 100 odd minutes of it, but the last 2 minutes I can probably blank out of the memory forever.
I think if you've done the stats over the last probably 6 seasons, you'd probably find the roar have been not very kind to the Mariners and result-wise.
No.
Very rarely that we've won. We've had a couple of good wins up there, but it's been far and few between.
Yeah, I think Saturday night will change. I think our boys mentally will be well and truly up for it. Brisbane have recruited and lost a few players, so the balance is similar. But I just think, from what our blokes went through last time, I think it'll be a pretty passionate and honest display. So I think we'll win.
Looking for the first 2 weeks' time, we'll just talk about. I know you're running buses up, fans buses up to
Newcastle.
the
Yeah, certainly. It's the game. It's amazing how many people you see travel to Newcastle that you don't see at Woodson. It's
So,
crazy.
in your opinion as a fan, because we'll be talking to Sydney FC fans, what's the biggest derby game for the Mariners from a fan's point of view?
Oh,
is it Newcastle
Yeah,
or Sydney?
No, it's Newcastle. There's an underlying respect for Sydney, as much as we don't like to say it, I guess. But we hate Newcastle. Just hate everything about them, and that's what we should do. You know, we leave it on the field and in the stand, and when we get on the bus, there's a little bit of polite, see you later, catch you next time. But there's nothing, you know, people say it's, you know, they want it to be like Europe, but it'll never be like that. There'll never be that complete hatred, we want to kill each other. I don't want to hope not anymore.
That's a nice view from a fan. Changing the subject, best ever Mariners game for you? Not because of result, not because, maybe something special that, a special game for you that the Mariners have played over the last 6 years.
Probably got a couple. First year when we travelled to Adelaide for the major one we won, to put us in the grand final the first year. That was pretty special. There weren't that many people, but it was pretty chaotic after it. Travelling to China was pretty good. It was pretty decent.
Simon came to the Tianjin game in the Champions League a few years ago. I think there were about six.
Yeah, there were 6 of us. 35,000 Chinese people and 6 of us, and we had 2 ladies with us, which was different. Yeah, but every game's alright. I mean, I wouldn't class last season's grand final as a favourite game, but it sort of is, because it gave you that feeling of what it's like to maybe win. Whereas the other years we sort of had that, oh, it's 1-0, But yeah, it was that moment of wow, this feels really good. Like I want to jump off the stand type thing.
I went looking for his after the game to the pub he's were at before the game. I couldn't find his.
No, we weren't in a mood to do anything. I don't think.
Who was the most hated player from you and the fans or the manners of an opposition team?
In the 6 years, Joel Griffiths and Kevin Muscat. Griffiths because he's just a whining little brat, and Muscat because he's just a thug. But people say he's a nice bloke off the field. That can't be right.
No, he is a nice guy. And if I had, as an old coach, if I had the chance to sign one player, I'd have signed Muscat. Looking back now, and I've said that many times during interviews, because I just think what he brought to Melbourne victory on the field was just amazing.
Yeah.
And I can totally relate to you why you would hate him as a fan.
Oh, when he was playing, you look in the drawer and you just circle a couple of dates when you're playing him and Griffiths. Griffiths was great to have up here.
Yeah. Another thing with Muscat, he knew that he was winding the fans up.
And he'd do it.
And he played for it.
He would do it all the time.
He was great at it. And credit to Kevin, I think he was great for Melbourne, great for the A-League when he came back.
Yeah.
And he did keep it entertaining over a certain
He did it for us at home once. He ran to halfway, got interviewed, then ran back to us and started doing this and clapping. It just incited people.
Nah,
He's a good fella.
He is a good guy off the field, and I wish him all the best doing his assistant coaching role with Mehmet Darakovic as well. I'd just like to thank you for watching, hopefully on YouTube, and you've enjoyed it. It's something we're looking to do over the season, but obviously depending on how many people view it will make us decide that. But just thanks very much for joining in a bit of fun, and hopefully we can bring that to you, and just wish all the teams all the best for the weekend and all the fans, because there'll be a large focus on what the supporters are wanting and the supporters' voice. So all the best for the weekend. Hope your team wins, and hope there's some good football and some great publicity for the game, because that's what we need. And get behind your team and get behind the A-League, and keep all these critics quiet. Thank you.